Hi, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. My name is Loy Machedo. Today the date is 17th February 2016. Time right now is it's the time 6:26 in the evening. Now, I lost 32 kgs. 32 kgs. I was 112. I came down to 79. Once again, count. Let me just make sure that's a correct count. 112 minus 79. So I lost. Yes, 33 kgs. Okay, 33 kgs I lost in the span of 2 to 3 years. And my journey has been really funny because I lost 4-5 kgs, I gained 2 kgs, 3 kgs, I lost again, I gained back again, I lost again, I gained back again. And last year I came down to my lowest, that was 79 kgs. And that took me 8 months of diet and exercise. And in less than 2 months, I put it all back on. Now, it has been a journey of self-discovery and frustration, because sometimes you'll get even coaches will tell you, no, you need to have a balanced diet, you need to have carbs. Show me any professional athlete who is not eating carbs, who's not eating blah, blah, blah. They'll talk a lot of bullshit. But keep this in mind, that just because someone is a coach doesn't mean he or she knows everything. Is he a certified nutritionist? Is he a certified dietitian? With whom does he have success stories? People can, even books, I've purchased so many books, there's so much of information online, it can really paralyze you, because everyone tells you one piece of advice and then you'll get someone else who will give a conflicting piece of advice. So I experimented with my own body. I tried with exercise, without exercise, with extreme exercise, with extreme dieting, everything else. So today I can confidently say, after 4 years, I know what works, at least for my body. Okay, and I would suggest that before you try any diet, before you try any experiment, make sure that you take total responsibility for what you're doing and consult a doctor. Okay, now these are the different diets that I've tried, and some have worked, some have not worked. And remember this: if anyone tells you, "Oh, show me one professional athlete who's doing that," show me one professional guy. These are professionals. They have a chef that cooks for them. They have 8 hours of exercise per day. Now, just because he's doing it doesn't mean your genetic structure is same as him. Doesn't mean that there is a chef that prepares food like him, that he has to, he gets good quality food and he eats on time. You might have a different lifestyle. You have a totally different way of living. You travel to work. This is not your priority. Sports is not your main forte. Okay, you don't have a chef that cooks for you. So, and your lifestyle is different. Your Indian food is different from American food, is different from Italian food. And yes, remember, your genetic structure is very different. So having said that, these are the 9 different types of diets I've tried. See what works for you, see what doesn't work. Now, I've tried Jason Val's juice diet. Jason Val's juice diet is about all delicious fruits and a few vegetables mixed together in great combinations. And I'll tell you, they all taste amazing. Absolutely. There's a morning booster, there's an energy energizer, there's a protein drink, or whatever, different types. And Jason Valve even has this, try this juice for 7 days and you will lose weight. It's a great kind of diet thought, but it's a fad. What happens is, because you only drink juice, obviously it's very delicious. So that's on the good side. But however, the minute you stop, you'll gain back all the weight that you've lost and you'll gain even more. So Jason Valve's juice diet is not actually very practical in nature. It's a great fad. It's great tasting juices, but it doesn't work in the long run. Next one is Joe Cross's green juice diet. If you Google fat, sick and nearly dying, you'll see where a guy lost 100 pounds. Okay, just by having kale, by having celery, by having lemon, a little bit of lemon, a pinch of ginger, and spinach. Okay, cucumber and apple. Yes, these are the ingredients, and you'll just have this only for weeks and months. He had for 1 month only this, and he lost around, I think, 30 pounds. One guy lost 100 pounds. There has been this challenge for drinking this juice for 100 days. Some people have done it even for a year. Now, it gives you all the nutrients, everything possibly packed, and because it is just juice, your body goes into a fat burning mode and you literally shed fat like like butter on a frying pan. However, can you be consistent with this? Can you follow this forever? No, I doubt. A mix of both these is one diet which is called the Siddha Samadhi Yoga diet, which is having lots of I think that this is very popular also with people who are preventing cancer and people who are preventing heart disease. They just have uncooked food. That is a lot of raw vegetables, a lot of raw fruits. They eat it together. It's a great way to lose fat and be healthy because they don't actually have any processed food. They don't have any meat. It's all uncooked food, which is also a branch of Siddha Samadhi Yoga. Very amazingly healthy food, very, very healthy. But the question is also, again, can you survive on it? But yes, a lot of people have adopted this as a lifestyle and they've lost a lot of weight. So eating the whole food, it's called a whole food. I don't know what is the actual name for it. Forks and knives. Yes, forks and knives. Let me write that out. Forks over knives. I think that's the name. Let me just Google this. Forks over knives. It's an amazing diet. The next one which I've tried is the bodybuilder's diet. The bodybuilder's diet is people eat a lot of protein, and especially towards the day of the competition where they have to show their muscles and burn fat. They increase their cardio. They increase the aerobics. But they eat only chicken white, that is chicken breast. They eat fish, mostly grilled meat, and very, very low carb. Maybe one small piece of wheat or, no rice. And they do this for literally 3 months. However, the problem is you can't do this forever. The minute you stop, you gain back all the weight. And sometimes they eat just egg whites. So there's not much of taste over there. The diet number 5 is green salads, only eating lots of green salads with meat. That's another type of diet I tried, but obviously you can't sustain on that because every time green, you go a little crazy. Diet number 6, which was not at all possible, was the controlling the portions. You have a small dish, you control the portions on everything. I found this diet also not very practical. Diet number 7, which worked for me at least, Atkins. You can read a lot about it. The thing about Atkins, he says eat as much as meat as you want, eat as much as fat that you want, but no carbs. Then the paleo diet is also a little bit there, but then they advise you to eat certain fruits and certain vegetables. It's more like the early man kind of a diet where they believe you should eat more of meat. Then my top 2 favorite ones is the low carb, high fat diet, a high fat, low carb diet, HFLC diet, which is really, really good because you have a lot of fat that is through avocado, healthy fats. You eat a lot of butter, you eat a lot of animal fat also, with fat-rich portions of meat like bacon. You eat protein that forms the next 20%. And carbs hardly 10%. So you have less than 20 grams of carbs if you're really strict with this diet. And this really, really works. I'll tell you, it's amazing. There are a lot of endurance athletes also who propagate and recommend this. And the last, if not the least, the one that I highly recommend, that I feel really works wonders, is Tim Ferris slow carb diet, where he says no white processed carbs, no fruits, only meat, and he gives you a simple, you can just Google Tim Ferris slow carb diet. There is a certain principle that you need to follow for 6 days. And on the 7th day, you have to cheat. It is compulsory. You need to eat maximum sugar, maximum, chocolates, maximum bread, everything. Spike up your insulin. And you need to cheat because that helps you sustain. So these are the diets that I've tried. And out of all of this, if you ask me, I highly recommend the Tim Ferris slow carb diet because there he makes it mandatory to cheat once a week. So that, keeps your wits about the diet. And the second one, if you ask me, is the high fat, low carb diet. Now for me, 8 months, I lost a lot of fat. I lost all that body fat that I had. I became very lean, but I could not sustain because I went a little bit to the extreme. I think... And for 2 months that I cheated, I just exploded. I had all the condensed milk with bread. I had all the chocolates. I had all the rice and everything else. And eventually what happened is I gained back all the weight that I lost. So it's not that I have lost confidence. No. Now I have a clear understanding every year, better understanding what works for my body and what doesn't work. So now it's like I've restarted my diet again. And this time I'm going to do it slow. This time I'm going to make sure that it becomes a lifestyle and becomes consistent. So starting, what I've done is now I've just stopped having rice and bread. I've stopped having that, and very soon, once it goes on for a month, after I've done that successfully, then the next phase I'll move into cutting down on sugars and primarily on fruits. And once I manage to do that for the next month, then I'll move to the next one, that is sugar and chocolates and whatever. So in this way, what will happen is I'm gradually moving into the diet. And another thing is, which I think is very important for me, is once I have made it like consistent, I think I need to have, like Tim Ferris says, one cheat day where you can cheat and enjoy, and the rest of the time you remain strict. And then, just make it part of your lifestyle so that it can be permanent forever. So having said that, this is my experience, loymachedo.com, my experience on what has helped me lose weight, and how I, what I learned after gaining back all that weight. And, I'm pretty confident now. I have a better understanding. And please, whoever you take advice from, just remember, there are a lot of idiots out there who think they know everything. They are the super smartest people. A lot of books out there that give you bullshit. So the only suggestion I can give you there is use yourself as a guinea pig, experiment, write down a journal, and look at it. Keep it for a year, 2 years, until you've really understood your body and knows what works, what doesn't work. Also keep this in mind. Losing weight, you can lose water from your body, and you think you're losing weight. Like you go to the sauna steam for 3 hours, you lose at least 2-3 kgs. It's nothing. You've just lost water. You drink water, you'll gain it all back. You can go on a diet like these fads, just have juice. Like there are some ashrams in India where they give you only coconut water. You lose up to 20 kgs after a month, but after that, when you come back into the real world, you'll gain back all the weight. So the main thing is, remember this: 80% is diet, 20% is exercise, and just remember this: your body is unique. The way you burn fat, the way you store calories, everything is very unique to you. So you need to understand your body more than anyone else. And in the end, remember, if you change your lifestyle, that will work. However, if you just go for a diet, it's a short-term solution. You'll gain all that fat back. So Loy from loymachedo.com and who's loymachedo.com, sharing with you his experience on how he lost all that weight and gained it all back, and lessons learned from it. Any questions, let me know. Would love to answer them for you. Loy from loymachedo.com and who's Loy Machedo saying goodbye for now.